Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to take an opportunity to give you a little state of the channel for 2021. Say hi, Gertrude. Hi, Dad. So, here at Bear Independent, we've always been about becoming as independent of the system as possible. And we started our journey in the suburbs, and through hard work and blood, sweat, and tears and diligence and the blessing of our Creator, we've made it out here to the land of zebu cows and sheep and so forth and so on, and a nice cribbed cedar tree here. So we want to do a better job in 2021 of both explaining how we got here so that we can bring encouraging content to those who are in the cities, who are in the suburbs, to show that it can be done, because we were, and now we're here. And also there's a lot of lessons that can be applied right where you're at, from where we are, mistakes that we've made that you could hopefully avoid, and insights, lessons that we've learned, so forth and so on. Additionally, we are going to be spending a lot more time this year getting bad camera shots. Get my hand out of the way. There we go. And hanging out with our zebu. No, doing homestead stuff. We're leaning even harder into homesteading as a way of life in 2021. It's chilly out here this morning. So we're going to be documenting that, as well as explaining our journey in preparedness during 2021. We have a barn to build. We actually have two barns to build, but the one in question is going to get put in right over here, right along this fence line in between the cows and the sheep, for milking and for birthing. We are expecting another 14-ish lambs out of these ladies over here within the next few months. And then these three ladies over here, these are zebu cattle, by the way, are pregnant, or bred anyway, as well. And so we want to have a place to do that. So we'll be building a barn for that and documenting that. That'll be right along this fence line, and we'll take you along step by step in that as well. We're also going to be getting back to the basics of preparedness here. I know that there's a lot of new preppers, a lot of people who are new to this preparedness lifestyle, and there's a lot of questions. And while we do have the Prepper Classroom playlist here that I would encourage you to check out at this channel, it's free. It's, I think, 26 episodes that walks you through step by step by step everything that you need to know, from food to water to shelter to blah blah blah. It's all there in the Prepper Classroom. But that's a classroom setting. We're going to do some practical application of that stuff. Water, food storage, security, bugging out, things of that nature, what actually goes in a bug out bag. So we'll be doing quite a bit on getting back to basics for those that are new, and perhaps as a refresher course for those that have been in the game a while. And while it might not seem like it right now, I intend to do a better job with the camera work, the overall quality of the product. If you've been watching the Daily Brief, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the Bear Report, you'll notice that we are trending in that direction. It's a challenge for me because I'm not a Luddite, but to say that I'm technically savvy would be a real misstatement as well. Oh, good morning, sweetie pie. You gonna come over? That's Sweetie Pie, appropriately named. She's like the ambassador of this herd. And that's Josie. She's about 6 months old. How you doing? You look bred there, kiddo. Yeah, 6 or 7 months old. So, in any event, we will be producing, at least to our ability, a higher quality of content. We have J.A. Dudley with us who will help us film some things, so it's not always me holding a sideways iPhone. We have some dedicated cameras in the studio now for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday reports, and it is my goal to bring you a higher quality of content as well. Not just a sideways iPhone, although that's what started it all. So don't be discouraged if you have a YouTube channel or you want to start a YouTube channel. Sideways iPhone can get it done for you. We will continue with the report Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube. Those tend to be about an hour long. We will cover current events. I will continue to bring you the news as I understand it, with a bit of my opinion in there, and do my best to make sure that we're pulling out actionable information out of there, things that we can onboard so that we can be better prepared, even as the world tends to trend towards chaos currently. What can we do about it? Not just get all hyped up, but what can we do about it? So that will continue to happen. We will continue to do Tactical Tuesday live streams here on YouTube every Tuesday night to the best of our ability. A lot of the gear reviews and firearms related content will be, out of necessity, continuing to live on Patreon and Patreon alone. Yes, we do have a Patreon. No, it is not an I love me so you should love me too channel. Come on, Sushi. Oh, that's Lemonade. This is Lemonade. The toddler named them. This is Gertrude, the one with the horns. And then that one there with the black hump, that's Tito. Named after Tito's vodka because my wife was feeling frisky that day. And then this little one here is Sushi. And again, those are Zebu cattle. So Patreon is $1 a month, $10 a year. There's a link in every video that we do, but you can also just go to patreon.com and search for Bear Independent. And you'll find us there. And for all the reasons, you're on top of a hay bale right now. Let's see. And for all the reasons, prop you up on a grain scoop. And for all the reasons, Patreon will be where the firearms and gear content will live, because that stuff does not play well with the YouTube algorithm, and it's really been affecting our ability to deliver our message by having that type of content here on this platform. So that will continue to live over on Patreon. And Patreon will continue to have the give me your questions. You know, we'll have 3 questions per week answered from y'all. Hey Bear, how do I? Here's a 15 to 20 minute video on how you XYZ. Or Bear, what do you think about? Here's a 15 to 20 minute video about XYZ. As well as men's group Monday, women's group Wednesday, coffee time with Bear on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, exclusive Patreon live streams on Thursday evenings, so forth and so on. And so that content will continue to live at Patreon. And then of course here on YouTube we will continue to do our Old Testament and New Testament readings as well, always understanding that I'm not Pastor Bear. I'm at best Brother Bear. I'm just reading my word and hoping that you would read along with me, not trying to put my convictions on your heart. Just trying to be obedient to what the Father has told me to do, which was read his word. And so that's what I'm doing. But that's the state of the channel in 2021. We are, because of what is happening in the world around us, leaning even harder into our homestead. And there's a lot of work to do around here. And so we're going to be documenting that as we go about that in 2021 here on the channel. Like I said, we've got that barn to build. I've got another barn to demolish and then build. We've got our outhouse to finish. So we'll be finishing our outhouse right here. Yes, that's right. It's a 3-holer. Trees to take down in the mill. And we've got our gazebo up. Have y'all seen the gazebo? I don't think y'all on YouTube have. I know they've seen it on Patreon. Let's go for a quick walk. Got the pine tree here to police up. Dirt work to do, running power and water out here. That's one of the things we'll be doing, as well as distributed rainwater collection and distributed solar power. Yes, we will have solar power at the house, the barn, the outhouse, the gazebo, and the cabin that doesn't exist yet. So come along for the ride on the cabin as well. We've got drainage going in here, in this area here. It's going to need to get, it needs drainage, it needs to be remediated. And then once it's remediated, this is probably going to become a turkey pen as well as an orchard. So we'll put trees in there, fence around the trees, and then put a perimeter fence in, and then fill it with turkeys, because I prefer to butcher turkeys rather than chickens. I can get 10 times as much meat out of one turkey as I do a chicken. Gazebo, the rustic gazebo. There you go. Fire pit, timber framed. Yep, cases of water. And so I've got water and electric to finish over here as well. And then down here in what we call the cove, I've got water, electric, and drainage to put in down here at the cove as well. So, and then all these systems will be on grid with off-grid backups with rainwater collection and solar. But we're going to be distributing that solar to the cabin, to the gazebo, to the barn, to the outhouse, and to the house proper, which is a pretty unique application. It's going to take a lot of solar panels, which we intend to acquire and install. So that in of itself will be a feat. And then this old barn comes down, and actually that's going to become part of Grandma's well house. And then this gets replaced with a new barn. Got a lot going on in 2021 around here. So we intend to grow our flocks. We intend to grow our herds, our garden as well. We are trying a different garden method because Back to Eden didn't work for us. And it didn't work for us for two reasons. One, we missed the crucial step of covering the ground before we planted it. So the latent seed bank didn't die off, and we got a Back to Weeden garden, not a Back to Eden garden. That was our bad. And then two, Back to Eden works to keep moisture in the soil. It has been so wet around here that the last thing we needed was more moisture in the soil. So we had a very hard time with that. So we'll be exploring different options with that as well in our garden. Oh, and we were probably erecting a 20 by 150 foot hoop house as well. So stay tuned for that. That's what's coming in 2021. A lot more homesteading content in addition to the daily reports, Monday, Wednesday, Friday reports here on YouTube, as well as back to basics, pre-recorded content that you'll find here on YouTube. And then Patreon is going to continue strong with everything we already have going on at Patreon. And I'm really encouraged to get your feedback down below in the comments. What would you like to see more of? What would you like us to delve into? What would you like discussed further? What questions do you have? What are the how-tos you would like to see? What do you love about this channel? What do you hate about this channel? That would help me greatly. And it is our goal to continue to grow this platform to the best of our ability without being gimmicky or clickbaity or anything like that. Just to continue to do what we do and to do a better job of documenting the doing of while we're doing it. I appreciate y'all, YouTube. I really do. Thank you for hanging with us. We've been in this game for 2.5 years, and it's been a wild ride, a really wild ride. And we've had our ups and we've had our downs, but we're here now, and we certainly intend to continue pushing forward. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bless y'all. Shalom.